The Victorian age projected moral seriousness, but a deep systemic anxiety governed the status of women, forcing them into dependence, not citizenship. The destructive system rested on separate spheres, making the woman the angel in the house, a pure, submissive, yet legally inferior creature. The Iron Hand denied her access to education, finance, and meaningful work, confining her to the domestic realm. The obsession with the fatal curve, unnaturally small waist, was a physical manifestation of control, often causing lifelong organ and skeletal damage. To maintain a deathly pallor, women consumed arsenic wafers and used lead-based paints, literally poisoning themselves for the sake of the ideal aesthetic. Widows were forced into years of suffocating widow's weeds, making their mandatory mourning a severe economic and social burden. The acceptable escape from the home was to assume the role of the invalid, transforming chronic illness into a desired social currency. Any intellectual desire or frustration was quickly pathologized by male doctors as hysteria or nerves, invalidating legitimate distress. Treatments like the rest cure were isolation sentences, enforcing submission by forbidding the patient to read, write, or think. A woman's good name was her only asset, perpetually held in precarious balance, as the slightest whisper, the single slander, could shatter her life. Under the sexual double standard, a man's vice was often forgiven, while a woman's error meant total annihilation as the ruined. Marriage was the great transaction. A woman exchanged her autonomy for security, as coverture dictated her legal property and wages belonged to her husband. The womb's vow meant a relentless cycle of pregnancy, where diseases like puerperal fever made childbirth the leading cause of death. The asylum gates were the ultimate prison, used by husbands to legally dispose of an inconvenient or rebellious wife under the guise of hysteria. The echoes of the gilded cage persist today, and relentless aesthetic pressures, digital shaming, and the systemic dismissal of female pain. These powerful lines have uncovered the harsh truths of the Victorian era. If you want to explore more deep historical analysis, hidden stories like this gilded cage, and understand their lingering impact on our modern lives, then subscribe to the channel now and join us on this journey.